Can you hear me? Hey, Chris. Joe? Hello? Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Trying to make a phone call here. Don't know if they're picking up. Let's try this again. Sounds like it is.
Please leave your message for 813.
All right.
What up, son?
How are you?
Good.
I tried to call your friend Joe. He didn't answer, so I didn't know if you were with him right now or what he's up to, maybe.
No, I haven't seen him since the other day when he called you. He's kind of weird.
Yeah, all right, yeah. I was going to log into his remote machine. I guess he just wants to move some music around, so and back up his collection.
Yeah, he goes into that stuff, and I don't even understand it, and
Right.
don't have any interest.
Right. Well, I don't know how it works. He's running his own radio station from his house.
Yeah.
So that's all I know. So if you see him, just tell him I made an attempt. I forgot to call him back earlier yesterday. But
Yeah.
all right. So that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how you been? I haven't seen you. Last week. Well, I'm at work today, so
Right.
I have to work tomorrow. Some people are gone, and they want me to work some extra time.
Right.
So Wednesday's normally my day off, but I'll be working again tomorrow.
Got it. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just not liking the $5 gas, but
And it's not over yet.
oh yeah, it's probably going to go up another couple bucks because of the way things are. But we'll see. I'm not taking the motorhome anywhere.
Of course.
Yeah. So, yeah. Otherwise, I have my health, so things are okay. It's been slow. I'm kind of shopping for another office, but obviously, it's nice to watch all the vacancies open up because that means I have options, and the market's going to become more in my favor. So.
Yeah, where are you looking? I always thought the Village was ideal.
Yeah, it was better. The maturity level of the client base was a little better because you get a lot of very new money here. I mean, it's a wealthy environment, but it's very first time workers making their first time six figures. They're real quick to spend it on new shiny blingy hardware rather than repairing it. So yeah, it's a different environment, and I did have it better down in the Redondo area. So it's not actually that much more affordable, but people are more wise to spending their money rather than just replacing their hardware. I guess I am kind of looking back towards Redondo. That would be nice.
Yeah, I always thought that was a pretty good area, and now they got it. Well, and the new stuff you got going in right there where where the hotel used to be,
Right.
that whole area.
Yeah, I don't know what's going in if it's another complex. I think they're going to do a mixed thing where it's going to be residential condos and commercial. So, and they're going to tear. I guess they're going to. Go ahead.
When I was there, I saw something on the news about the residents were pissed off because they're going to lose their view.
Right. Yeah. Well, people are highly insecure about how much they spent versus what they think they're going to get for their properties. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And people are just bent out of shape over owning their own properties. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's been slow. So I got to figure out something. Oh, I don't know if I told you I was going to go get the certification for being a notary. So that'll be an extra side gig.
Yeah, Kathy's a notary in Florida.
Oh, really? So how does she
Yeah.
work or advertise, or where does she get her work?
Well, she really did it because at work, she's able to do it at work. And occasionally, she doesn't do it to make money. So it's part of her job.
Right.
And if you're a resident in that community and you need something notarized, she doesn't charge it, but they
Right.
tip her.
Right. Yeah, I think in California we can charge $15 per signature, and if I want to do an on the road thing, I can charge my arbitrary rate of I don't know, $75, $50, whatever the market wants to withstand. But that's how I would make it worth my while. So.
Yeah.
And then I've got my built-in gig, and I can then make a dual business card where I'm selling both businesses on one card. So, just an option. Just trying to figure out how to supplement my income. I actually, I'm just trying to figure out my options.
Yeah, well, that's a notary is not a big money-making deal. It's
No.
convenience. Matter of fact, if you go to Bank of America, you have an account there, they'll notarize, they don't charge.
Right, yeah. Oh, interesting. I didn't even think of that. So I could they'll just notarize a signature at a time, and then that's a free, just for having an account there, they'll do it.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because they charge to do cashier's checks and things, but they don't charge for that. That's interesting.
The notary, there's always one of the bank officers that's a notary, and you have an account there, they just do it.
Really? Okay, well, I didn't even think of that. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm just thinking of that as a potential option. It takes a day's worth of education, and that's about it. So,
Yeah.
which means I get to get certified, and it's only a couple $100. So, I'm good for 4 years at a time if I go that route. So,
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have it. I mean,
No.
it's just,
yeah, especially if I end up figuring out how to do my own thing on the road, I'd be able to get certified, at least throughout the state. I know you got to get certified in each state, and I don't know if
Yes.
you can get certified in more than one state if you're only a resident in one. I got to ask that question. So, that would be interesting, because I've got the two properties. I got one in Laughlin, Nevada, so that would be, if I start spending time over there, that would be another option. So, anyway, yeah, things are all right here. It's just been a bit slow.
well, yeah, we slow, our traffic has slowed down. I haven't seen the amount of people coming in, but the ones that come in are for real.
Right.
I mean, some 2 couples a day. Well, if I get 10 couples a day and I sell one, okay. But if I only get 2 couples a day and I sell one, it's the same deal.
Right. Interesting. You mean you're talking about selling your the golf carts?
The car, yeah.
Yeah. See, I think people in the it's a luxury. So if you're selling in the business of luxury, it's a different market, and people that I guess now, since our prices are going up with the gas, those aren't gas. They're all battery powered, right?
Oh, we have gas. We're a Yamaha dealer, but I don't do that. I specialize in lithium.
Well, yeah.
And it's not really a luxury here. In this little town here, you have to have a golf cart.
Really? Okay, so you're spending money on gas, but also you have the option for battery, or either way, it's a lot more affordable to drive than a full car.
Oh yeah, well, my best seller, the Evolution, goes for around 11 grand with sales tax,
Yeah.
and it's lithium. Well, it's got backup camera, Bluetooth, FM radio. They got these things loaded up like a car.
Does it have a? How does that work? I mean, if it's street legal, do you just bundle it with your AAA account?
No, there are 2 street legals.
Yeah.
Sun City has its own laws that they wrote.
Right.
You can pretty much go anywhere here as long as the posted speed limit is 35 miles an hour or less.
Yeah.
But really, street legal, you got to put a safety glass windshield, $700.
Right.
Get it weighed, and then it goes on your car.
Yeah, that's what.
Auto insurance. But,
Right.
but if you buy it, it goes on your homeowners now. It's $70 a year.
Right. Or I guess you could get renter's insurance if you don't own your own home. Then. Yeah. And
It's like $70-80 a year for a golf cart.
Right. Yeah. Because generally you're going to do minimal damage to the car because the car is 5 times heavier.
Right, but if you have it street legal, it goes on your car insurance, and it's another, whatever your insurance is a year, it's almost double because it's another vehicle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like me, I've got more than one vehicle, but my insurance is relatively cheap because I'm a low risk age. Whereas if I had multiple vehicles, but also a family, then it would probably go up a lot. So yeah, interesting, cool. So I never had an outfitted, what is it, a golf cart that has had all those accessories, but I guess that's fun to watch.
Well, I've had golf carts at companies where I worked where we use it to go over the property.
Right.
But here it's, I mean, everybody has a golf cart.
Really? Well, yeah, I guess Florida's kind of known for that. Over in Catalina Island, that's pretty much the only environment I've experienced where everyone's got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, you asked what I'm up to. That's things are all right. Otherwise, I mean, it'd be nice to be making a few more bucks. And it was a lesson learned. I realized this environment's not necessarily the best for what I'm up to. I guess I had two direct competitors that gave up shop and left town. And one of them was actually on the city council, and with his buddy connections, even he wasn't able to make it. So we were all IT guys, and two of them just gave up. They were bigger operations with more overhead. So one of them went down to Alamitos Bay. So I guess they still exist technically, but they moved 20 miles south. So and then the other guy, his shop looks like it's just empty. I don't know where he went or if he's still doing anything. But yeah, when I realized that, I started feeling a little less bad about my business acumen or just overall ability in business. So it's nice to know that I at least learned the lesson of this is probably not the best environment for a repair facility.
Yeah.
So.
I'll send you some magazines next Wednesday.
All right.
I have doctor appointments next Wednesday. I don't work, but that way I can go to the post office. So I got 3 or 4 of them stacking up.
Got it.
Hey, you're going to be getting the one from Family Motor Coaches. So you get the magazine because you're the member now.
Yeah, I'd filled out the form. I hadn't received anything from them. I figured they'd send me some sort of certificate or some sort of letter of onboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course the biggest benefit is the tire discount, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my tires are only 3 years old, but yeah, that's a significant cost. Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense to get other wheels because those Dodge wheels on the earlier Apollos had the weird dimensions. That's considered a pretty rare size.
Yeah, 19.5 or something.
Yeah, they're really narrow versus like the Chevy models. So. And then all Class A motorhomes, even the cheaper ones nowadays, have full-size truck chassis. So they're a more standard, even though they're a bigger wheel, they're a more standardized tire size.
Yeah.
So I've got that vintage scenario where it's an oddball size. But the tire, that's the first thing I did. The first real expense I put into it is put reliable tires on it because I just didn't trust 15-year-old tires that it had or came with. So.
Yeah, the most popular edition we had tire wheel. If they wanted chrome wheels or Michelin's.
Yeah.
We get rid of the Goodyears, put the Michelin's on. I think it's a 19.5 size. So a better ride and a better tire.
Right. Okay. Wow. I guess I don't have much option as far as size, but it would be nice to have a different diameter, but for a wider tire it might be.
Yeah.
That's what made it the better ride then, because you were spreading some of the load more.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like you just.
And they seem to handle better. We had a Chrysler, not an SUV, a van.
Right.
That we got brand new when we moved here. And after the first couple of years, we put Michelin's on it. And I could feel the difference pulling out of the parking lot.
Really? Wow. Well, I guess if you've got more footprint on the road, it's grabbing more of the road.
And it's, I don't know if the rubber's a better quality. I don't know. But I could feel the difference as soon as I pulled it out of the parking lot.
Interesting. That was a Chevy model, like a...
No, it was a Chrysler...
Dodge. Okay, so would have been a 70s one. Yeah.
No, this was when we bought the house in 2002. It would have been a 3 or 4 Chrysler, 2003 or 4.
Oh, you're not talking about back in the Apollo days. You're talking about more rubber.
No, I'm talking about here. Yeah.
Right. Got it. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. So I was thinking of just replacing my wheels on my rig just because the tires are harder to find. I think Bridgestone was the only company that still makes that size.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Michelin still does, but that's what we would do an upgrade.
Got it. Oh, you're talking about when you were working for the RV place where your boss was kind of a jerk, right?
No, I'm talking about with Apollo.
We're bouncing back and forth.
We would upgrade.
Yeah.
They wanted chrome wheels and Michelin's.
Got it. All right. Cool. Yeah, we should have a conversation. What I was thinking is we could have a conversation on just your motorhome career. That would be worthy of a recorded conversation. Yeah.
Well, next trip to California.
All right. Oh, yeah, we can do it in person. That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, there are a few questions you haven't answered, like exactly how you got into it. And I know Apollo wasn't the first RV company and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, well, I'll just come up with a list and I'll shoot the shit and try to figure out how to interview because that's obviously not within my repertoire. So it'll be fun to do it live and just sporadic and just having a more casual conversation. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. What was I going to do? Anything? No, I guess, yeah, I got a friend who's going to come over today, and I'm going to leave it on air and try to fix his router. But otherwise, yeah, I just don't have a whole lot going on right now. That's kind of sucky for the last month or two. So, anyway, that's pretty much all I'm up to.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Yep, I guess if you don't have anything new to suggest, then yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm waiting for my friend. He said he was going to go. I got a friend and we have coffee together in the morning, and then we go on our own days. And he said he's going to go pick up his gadget he wants me to help him with. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. Hopefully something will come vacant that you can afford down the village.
Yeah, I'm thinking I don't know if it's because my eyes are tuned for it, but I'm starting to see a lot of vacancies, like literally every block. So if I see a vacancy that makes sense, for a while I saw there was a sort of a warehouse district offering where it was I was able to set up they had a tiny office of like 150 square feet, but then it was a warehouse big enough to put a couple vehicles in it, including the motorhome. That would have been perfect. But a bunch of new one of the new managing companies bought up a bunch of those properties and they doubled everyone's rent. So now everyone's leaving. So again, because of the politics of California, it'll be interesting to see if everyone realizes, well, maybe upgrading everyone's rent to double is probably not the best idea. Well, a lot of those tenants I asked, it's like, well, what kind of rent are you paying for this place? And it was probably below market, but then they doubled it. And now everyone's like, screw this. It doesn't make sense to run the business I'm running in this sort of rent. So. Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have just been a slight. It would have been only slightly out of the neighborhood. So.
Yeah, the building big enough to put the motorhome shit. You hook it up inside, you can live in it.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. Yes. So anyway, we'll figure out what's going on. I gotta.
Okay, I'll be talking to you. I got some people just pulled in.
All right. Oh, you're at work. Okay, cool. See you later then.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So. Nothing's. All right. I'm waiting for. I'm going to come live in a few minutes. When my friend shows up, we'll go live. I guess he's got a D-Link switch that is not allowing him to log in. Yeah. Oh well. What's going on? Anyway, I'm normally here. My name is Chris. If you've never been here before, I offer free interaction for a short while, 3 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm off schedule today because I figured I'd had a little conversation with my dad's friend, and he wanted me to help him move some data to a USB drive, I guess for backup purposes. And then I got my other friend who wants to come in and have me log into his D-Link router or switch and fix. For whatever reason, it's not working reliably. So I started doing. Who is this? Hi, this is Chris.
Hello. Chris Sobernal. You the caller.
Hi, this is Chris. Hello, this is
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
I just wondered if you guys, I have a Lenovo laptop that is tried on me.
All right.
And I just wondered if you guys, I saw that you guys do data recovery.
I can make an attempt at getting your data, but I don't do recovery in the sense that if your drive has failed, what I could do is if the drive has failed, I send you to a recovery specialist. Unfortunately, that gets pretty expensive. So if your machine has some other issue, what I can do is grab the drive, and assuming the drive wants to give up the data, I can charge you for that service.
Okay, your first breaking up, I think you said that you have a guy that does data
No.
recovery.
No, the way it works is that if your machine has some other issue and the drive is still able to give up the data, I can drag your stuff off of that and put it on either a USB drive or a healthy computer. But if your drive is actually totally failed, all I can do is refer you to a recovery specialist who only does that.
Okay, is the data recovery service somewhere nearby?
Well, there's a bunch. No, the only closest places I know of that do it are at least 50 miles away. But either way, you're going to end up mailing them the drive. It's not something like they don't do retail where you drop it off sort of service. There are places locally, but the place I've had most luck with is in Georgia called My Hard Drive Died. It's going to be about $1,000. They would charge you $50 to assess the situation, and you could decide if you want to go through with it. But that seems to be the market rate regardless of where you go. And that's just the most experience I've had with people calling me back with positive results. Other people have gone local, but I don't hear from them again, so I don't know who to refer people to locally. So either way, you're probably going to end up spending $10 or $20 sending off a hard drive and hope for the best. I've heard that it can be as little as a few $100s and as much as several thousand. So you can call around if you'd like, but the place.
No, I mean, I think the last time it happened to me, it cost me a couple $100. So
all right. Well, then it's worth calling around. Go ahead. But yeah, I would if I'm able to get it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you want to bring it to me, I could assess whether the drive's able to give up the data or figure out if that is the computer's problem. And that way I would charge you a flat $100 for a success and $25 for a failure. So like if I tried to grab out or pull out the drive of the failed machine, I would make an attempt at getting your data, and I'm going to know real quick if I can help personally.
Okay, well, let me call around and let me call you back.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Bye.
Bye.
Not my phone. Your cell service sucks. All right, I got bulletproof service on my Wi-Fi connection. So, yeah, if you've never been here before, my name is Chris. I offer free interaction for a short period of the day, 3 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. If I'm here off schedule, it's because I've got nothing else going for that day or that time. But anyway, I do invite you to show up and give me that phone call at 855-434-8787 or show up in the YouTube or the Facebook chat at South Bay Tech Gurus where you can say hi and chat me up there. But otherwise, if I'm not here on my normal schedule, it's because someone's paying me to be somewhere else. My name is Chris, offering myself as South Bay Tech Gurus. Let's see here. What else can I do? Yeah, if you want to give me a call, I'll have a free conversation. 855-434-8787. If you're not in the United States, you can find me on Facebook Messenger at South Bay Tech Gurus. And you can chat me up there. I can answer that on the phone also. All right, so I guess I've given myself a 15-minute chat, and maybe I'll be back, and maybe I won't later today. We'll see. Oh, you know what? I had an article online I wanted to read just because I figured it was interesting. Let me see here. Let's see. Is it interesting enough to read? Does it make sense to read this article? How much? Okay, yeah, it's a shorter article. I can read this. All right, so what's it say? IT guy, underpaid at $29,000 per year, leaves and costs the company $40 million. This underpaid IT professional waited years for fair treatment from his bosses. The work doubled and then tripled, but the pay never reflected his efforts. He wouldn't prove how essential he was to the company until he left, costing them $40 million. This is, I guess, from Reddit. A Redditor shared the story and seeks to raise awareness about workers' rights and increase visibility on the issues and mainstream mistreatment of people from poor employers. Commentators, someone doesn't know how, I'm trying to figure out if it's my bad dyslexia or someone just doesn't know how to write. Oh my goodness. Grammar here is awful. Commenters and contributors often share stories, tweets, and other images to this subreddit and engage in discussion on these topics. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. There's a lot of... The factory was based in a very small farming town of about 3,000 people, which was utterly devoid of anyone in the IT experience necessary to keep the factory ticking. USLW motion train wreck started. A Redditor, well, I'll just say Redditor, I'm not going to read all that. A Redditor started on a contracted rate. Okay. The Redditor that posted this started at a rate of $29,000 annually, but worked many hours that weren't even making, but worked so many hours they weren't making even close to what they should have been. Yeah, if you're in IT and you're only making 30 grand a year, oh my goodness. All right. After the coworker was promoted and not replaced, he approached the ex-worker, now boss, for a raise. The offering was so laughable that he made plans to leave. Okay, this is written by someone who doesn't know English. I'm trying not to stammer, but stammer. Okay, found a new job and doubled his pay for a tiny fraction of the workload and handed in his notice. Okay, so basically we're dealing with an IT guy who got a job making $29,000 a year. The workload suddenly doubled, and now he realized that he had the confidence to go elsewhere and found another job paying much better. All right. Why couldn't you just write that in plain language, dude? This was written by someone whose first language was not English. The company realized how valuable he was and then were unable to replace him. This would set in motion a mess that would soon follow. For more... come on. So where's the rest of the article? Is the rest of this all in subreddit? Snippets? I'm not going to try to read all that. Oh, wait, hold on. This article is in JPEGs. This is not actual text. Okay. I thought those were all ads. Come on. I'm not going to read all this. Okay, company didn't... Okay. Oh, I could have scrolled down and it's written a little easier. Okay. For roughly 3 years, it was just us, two guys, IT supporting 2 factories. Then all of a sudden, they gave us a 3rd location to support this, and at the time hired on to a full-time employee for a salary of $31,000 per year. My coworker still made over $90,000. Around this time of getting extra workload, getting hired full-time, my boss retired. My coworker got promoted to the regional manager and turned into my new boss, which left me being the only IT guy to support 3 factories. I averaged 16 hours a day, 16-hour days, 7 days a week for over a year. Really? $30,000 a year and you didn't give yourself a day off? I think here in the States that wouldn't be legal. He worked literally every single weekend, every holiday. Yeah, I don't think they can make you. Yeah, did you get your double time for holiday pay? Yeah, I guess you worked Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, July. This makes it less believable. I don't know if you can legally make someone work those days without giving them a holiday off. Without doubling up. Yeah, I think you get double pay in the States. At least most states. Every birthday of mine, my wife and my kids was missed because I was working. I was on call 24/7 for 3 different locations by myself for over a year. Yeah, at some point, how do you work so long and not realize you're getting screwed? There were no bonuses at the company time at the time, unless you're management. And I guess he didn't have a management job. He sure didn't at 30 grand. This went on for a little more than a year. I told my boss I needed a salary to match his old salary before his promotion at 90K. Or I was leaving. This seemed fair, only considering I was making a third of his old salary, and I had 3 times the workload he had. We discussed my raise several times over the course of a month, and finally he comes back to me with a pay raise of $800 annually. $800, thanks. A pay raise of $66 per month before taxes. He said that was the most the company could possibly afford. This is a multinational company with a presence in over 20 countries and profitable earnings of roughly $4 billion a year. Fast forward 3 months, I found another job and doubled my salary with a tiny fraction of the load. I turn in my 2 weeks notice, and my boss in HR freak out because I'm there, because there are 0 IT people in this tiny farming community, and it took them 6 months just to find me when they hired me. So they started doing every single little thing that they can do to make my life as miserable as possible for the last 2 weeks, including writing me up saying that I was a disgruntled employee because I had turned in my 2-week notice. This was a right to work state, which means workers have little rights and there are no unions. Oh my goodness, how is management so stupid? The way these IT systems were set up required 100% uptime, and if a printer workstation or network switch went down for more than 90 minutes, the company lost $218,000 per minute until connectivity was restored. On my last week of work, the boss was in Costa Rica with his new girlfriend, and one of the 3 sites had an issue. There was no IT within the company except me and my boss that had any possible way to work on the problem. And I had just turned off my phone and computer. You just turned off your phone and computer 12 hours prior. My personal phone and email and social media was blowing up from messages from everyone at the site trying to get me to go back to my old office, get my old company computer and my phone, and log in to fix for free at 2 a.m., even though I technically didn't even work for the company anymore, because nobody could get in touch with my boss in Costa Rica. Come in. How are you? There, yeah.
Are you online?
Yeah, I am. It's all right. Come in. All right. Let me link this article real quick. Copy. YouTube. Let's see here. Your channel. Come in. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. Let me link this article real quick. Let's figure this out. You have copy. But we're going to try to do a YouTube.
Right? We're going to go to a static.
Let's see here. Your channel. thought I toggled that radio. But... Alright.
But it didn't
Alright, so...
because of the IP conflict.
Wait, you're telling me it didn't update?
No, it didn't update because I thought it would. It would
I
provision.
thought
and
we
adopt
watched it update.
It updated the firmware, and I
Yeah.
thought that would be enough.
Oh, right.
But it turns out on my system, when I plugged it back in, it still showed the same IP, which was conflicting with the router IP.
Got it.
So we
Alright.
have to go in and change the IP
Well,
to
let's see if we
something
can-
different with
yeah.
the static.
Got it. Let's see if we can do that.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Is that why you're speaking so articulately?
Yes.
Yo! I guess I shouldn't use. I shouldn't swear, should I?
That's alright.
I'm
As
not
long as
gonna
you don't
swear.
use the...
This is a PG-13 service call.
Yeah, right. Okay, so... Oh, now I gotta go find myself a laptop to plug in here. I don't have my laptop with me, so I guess I'm gonna plug...
So funny, I found somebody. I googled it, and I found somebody else who had the same issue.
Yeah.
And they all said the same thing. Change the
Change the actual login
change
IP.
the IP range
Right.
for your router,
Right.
and then you'll be able to go in and change the static on that into the same subset, and you should
Got
be
it.
up and running.
Yeah,
So
that is... I do remember we did not change the IP address. I just remember logging in,
Yeah. Now also.
updating it, and making it a static
Also,
IP.
I've still got the images that we took of the. Remember the screenshots we did? So you
Right.
remember the IP addresses?
Yes.
Whose screens are these down here? The barcodes.
So, those belong to a radiologist.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a nightmare situation. She keeps, because they're like $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 screens new.
Yeah, because they also make projectors, barcode.
Right. Well, I guess the power supplies failed on these things, so these screens are technically good, but I don't have a proper power supply that works. And then I tried to buy a couple used ones.
Is it a brick, or do you just plug in the
It's
power
one of these.
supply
This
built
is
in?
one of them.
Oh.
But the idiot that sold me this one by itself gave me the 5-pin connector, even though it's a 4-pin. And so I made a complaint to eBay, and eBay basically said something to scare him because he was real quick to take it back. So now I gotta...
He doesn't want negs.
What?
He doesn't want negative feedback.
Right, well I already gave him one because
Just
he
like
tried to...
I bought something on eBay, and I insisted that they send it rush because
Yeah.
it was for Super Bowl. It was a remote control.
Yeah,
So I expected to get it before the Super Bowl. Turns out they sent it regular mail.
yeah.
So I said, I'm unhappy with this scenario, and I posted something, and I think I posted a neg for them. I said the remote arrived. Unfortunately, they didn't send it FedEx the way
Right.
I paid for. So they contact me again saying if you remove, so they immediately gave me a refund for
Right,
the FedEx charge versus regular mail.
right.
But they didn't get it on time, so I negged them for it. So I
Right.
got an email back saying if you remove the neg, we'll make everything free. So
Wow.
I did.
Right, yeah,
So
there
that's
was...
how they keep. So even though they're shitty service levels, they'll
Right.
bribe you into providing a plus. Of
Yeah,
feedback.
fix the review and we'll fix your
Fix the
our
review,
customer
and it's a freebie
service.
for you, which
Yeah.
makes it look better for us.
192.168.0.1.
0.1 is still the IP address for that switch. It's the default.
Right.
And I'm going to go to my images to see where we took pictures of whatever we did the last time.
Trying to figure out if... What did we have to do? I had to plug my computer straight in. Shit. I wasn't even thinking about that. I only have one operable computer right now. Damn.
So you want me to come back?
I guess. I didn't... Yeah, my laptop's at Jim's house. Oh, damn. And,
If I'd have known, I would have brought a laptop.
sorry.
No worries.
Damn.
It's not like this is a life and death.
Right. That's what I need. I need to log in straight to the machine. Well, I don't have a second computer to log into. Well, yeah, bummer. Is your laptop all the way at your home?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can just, you know what? I don't need this today.
All right. We'll do it tomorrow then.
Yeah, that's fine. I
All
can
right.
come back tomorrow or even the next day. Doesn't matter. As
All
long
right.
as it gets addressed sooner or later.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, I gotta have my laptop with me. Haven't had many house calls. It's been slow lately. But yeah.
Slow for everyone. With this war going on, people
Oh.
are just second guessing purchasing or doing anything. They're
Well,
sort of,
$5 gas. We've literally never had that.
yeah.
I mean,
once
if you-
before when I was in Texas, we had $5.
Oh, in Texas it was $5.
Yeah. So imagine at the time, who knows what it was here.
Because California is always the most expensive. Wow.
The truckers were complaining because the cost of diesel was going.
Well,
up
then
$5.
everything's going to go up because if they have to pay to move around, Jesus.
So I hope this is a short-term bump.
Well,
And then California's got their new tax increase on gas slated for July the 1st.
Another tax for California
That's
gas.
Yeah, so hopefully Gruesome Newsom turns around and puts a hold to that till this settles out.
Are they just hoping we're all going to buy a Tesla?
I'm not buying a Tesla.
God.
I can't afford the batteries.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Chris, I'm going to leave you to it.
All right. Are you going to leave this here?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Make it easy so that way you can work on it on B and C time.
Yeah. Right.
Or I'll just come up with you tomorrow again.
No, you can leave it here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving it here.
I'm curious.
Now, the images that we took of the subnet and everything else, do you want me to text that to you?
Sure. I mean, now that I know how to get in, it shouldn't be a problem because I found that YouTube video on how to
Okay.
sidestep it. But the one thing we didn't do is change the admin IP. All we did was...
Yeah, because I insisted no, because I wanted to get out of here. So that was
Right.
my error.
Well,
No,
I just remember, I figured if I changed it to DHCP, that might change something.
So I thought for sure, because we got the firmware installed, I would just be able to go connect it in, and the controller, just like Ubiquiti, would find it, would adopt it, provision it, and put it on Connect. But since the IP was the same as the router
Right.
conflict, couldn't do it. So
Yeah.
the suggestion was just change it to a static IP within the same range of 192.168.0 dot whatever.
Right.
And then the rest of the system, if it's dynamic, should, even if it won't cause a conflict, it'll just change it for the other ones.
Right.
That's what I need. Otherwise, the last time I was here, I thought, to hell with it, I'm just going to return it. But in retrospect, from what I'm seeing, I'm not the only one to have these problems.
Right. Well,
And I don't have the skill set to fix it without messing up the whole...
I don't think you can mess it up. I mean, short of install, I don't even think these days. It used to be a problem where if you installed the wrong firmware, you'd brick it. But I don't think, if it doesn't recognize proper hardware, it'll even upload.
Yeah, and then the login defaults, factory defaults, or admin.
Admin and admin, yeah.
All right, I'm going back.
All right. Can you bring it back later today?
No, I'm keeping it here.
All right. No, I mean the laptop. Come back today.
I'm not sure if I can get back today because we got a guest coming in.
All right. You're setting up. You're doing the Airbnb again.
No, we just have a friend of ours who's coming in.
Oh.
There's a trade show at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Right.
So she's flying in to go to that trade show, but she's going to hang out with us today.
Cool.
Anything to escape that miserable New England, northeastern weather.
Oh yeah. Well, that's part of why California has people by the balls. We got all these. The states run into the ground, but we got perfect weather.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I'm out.
All right. Cool. Call me as you want to head over.
Adios! I see myself on the monitor.
All right. Yeah, that's what they see. There.
Very cool.
All right. I'm gonna go get an early lunch.
Probably see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Thanks.
Adios.
Bye. Well, there we go. All right. Well, IT guy doesn't have his laptop with him today, so if you've never been here before, you can just eavesdrop on a local IT guy. 855-434-8787. Eavesdrop. Give me a phone call. Show up in the YouTube chat. Say hi. 3 days a week, usually 10 a.m. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 190. Yeah. Bummer. Do. All right. Oh, yeah. I gotta get myself off the air now.